I'm angry. I'm horrified. I'm not unduly surprised. But it begs the question, what are we prepared to do about situations like this?
Social activist Verna St. Rose-Greaves, commenting on the 69 people who were rescued from the Transformed Life Ministry facility in Arouca last week, she said the state in which they were made to live was criminal. She believes more should be done to meet the needs of citizens struggling with addiction and those facing mental health challenges.
It is not different to what happens in any of our institutions where we hold people or where we're supposed to be looking after people who are considered less than. I've said it many times, we are a country of people who matter and people who do not matter. And if you look at our institutions over time, look at the prisons and the remand yard, and it's instructive that this pastor spent time in prison, and I would say he learned well.
Mr. St. Rose-Greaves said it's difficult for some to understand the desperation of families who are dealing with mentally ill or drug-addicted relatives.
Because of the absence of safe spaces or affordable spaces, a lot of people, therefore, take the first thing that comes to them. Some people may put their people there and never turn back. We have that in a lot of old people's homes, senior citizens facilities and so on. Children, people put them in hospitals, they never turn back. But for me, I want to focus on what do we do now? How do we treat with this?
In her view, greater emphasis needs to be placed on social development.
We have to do the research. What are the community needs from the womb to the tomb? And how do we establish systems and practices and so on and processes and resources inside of communities so that they can have the services that they need. All these people who they rescued came from families in communities. All the homeless people on the streets come from communities. When you see them in Port of Spain, if you take the time to talk with them, you would find out where they came from and why they're in Port of Spain.
Mr. St. Rose-Greaves had this message for the relevant authorities.
Step up your game. Take care of the people. Stop with the self-interest. Buildings is not about building a society. Buildings are for personal gain for the most part. You have to build your people.
Dionne Baptiste Clark, TTT News.